Welcome to New Light Ministry. Today, we want to bring you something special, a video testimony. So today, I have here two of my very good friends, my colleagues, my ex-colleagues from Asia. The first one is Yam. Yam is the current product manager of Asia. And the second one, we have Jane. Jane is currently in Doha. He's now working there and been there for about 1 year and 4 months. Okay, so personally, I'm very encouraged to see both of them. They have been one of my very best friends and my colleagues while I'm still serving in student group. As a student leader, I start to struggle with my work. I start to struggle with my career in Asia. But I know clearly one thing, that God called us to be the salt and light. God called me to continue to work while I know best. That is to share the good news of Jesus Christ to my friends and colleagues. And today I'm very happy to see both of them, one of my very best friends here, to accept Christ and able to serve together in this big family of the church. So why don't we invite Yam to just briefly introduce himself.
Hi, I'm Yam. Currently, I'm working in AirAsia as a ICT product manager. I'm in charge of check-in products. So I'm glad that I'm accepted as a Christ back to July 2015.
Hi, I'm Jane. Okay, currently I was actually working in Qatar. I was born in Hope Sedang and currently I'm serving in Doha in the Doha Fellowship Church. Okay. And I've been accepted Christ I think for more than 4 years plus.
Thank you, Yam and Jen, for today. It's such a huge encouragement to see both of them here together with me in this family. It's a very interesting journey and they have their own story to tell. Okay, it's not from me, it's from them. So today I just want to ask Yam, okay, as a product manager in ICT, as a person of high position in your workplace, why do you want to accept Jesus Christ into your life?
Back to June, due to work stress, I was admitted to hospital for 2 weeks. Before I accept Christ, Stewart has come to visit me in ICU from the very first beginning day until I discharged from hospital. At first, I feel very depressed and sick. During the praying, I can feel the love and blessing by God eventually lead me to accept Christ in July 2015.
Thank you, Yam. How about you, Jane? Why do you want to accept Christ into your life?
I think the main reason that I would like to accept Jesus into my life is because I really feel that the love that I never had before. And then I really see how God was actually bring me through all the struggle and all the depression stage that I used to have, especially when I was in Asia. So I really feel that God is a living God. I mean, He's a truth and a light where no other gods will serve the same purpose. So I think I cannot describe in feeling, but it's just purely because of peace, joys, and the love that God has given to me into my life.
Thank you, Yam and Jane. It's indeed a great testimonies to share, the life-changing testimonies. I still remember, especially for Yam, when he just admitted to hospital in the ICU. First day I was there, I was like, I was really depressed. It's not only him, but I'm also depressed. One of my good friends, we've been hanging out a lot, we've been eating the same food, we've been doing the same sports. Actually, no sports, but we're doing the same things a lot of times. And he suddenly fell sick and fell ill and been admitted to the hospital. And that time I was not allowed to go into the ICU. But by faith and against the law, which you cannot, don't follow me, I sneak into the ICU and just visit him, hold his hand, and I start to pray. I start to believe God, whatever is it, let your peace be with him. Let your love continue to bind him together as a person and as a family in this time. So it's indeed a very saddening things happening into our life, our friendship, and this is also a turning point that we know that this is the time, that is the best time for me to bring Christ into his life and for him to see a life-changing testimonies in upcoming. The second question is for you. Today, we got to know that you are in Doha. Now, Doha is full of Middle Eastern people, it's full of Middle Eastern men, and as a woman, why do you decide to go to Doha?
I think the reason I go to Doha, the reason I went to Doha actually is quite in the right timing, I will say, because everything just in perfect timing. Because when God actually told me to resign from Asia, I'm quite struggled that time because I don't know whether should I go or not, because I'm trying to find a new job in Singapore. I couldn't get it, and then no offer at all at that moment. And then when the moment I resign the job, I don't even get the offer yet. And then somehow Qatar Airways just called me back for interview, which is quite surprised me because I couldn't even remember when I submitted the resume. And then everything just happened in the quite right timing. I just feel that probably God want me to go there for certain reason, which I might not know what is that, but through a lot of miracle that happens in Doha, especially on the journey that I went through with the Lord for the past 1 year, I really feel that God really want me to be there, probably to be blessed for someone else, or I don't know what is that, but somehow I feel that I will just continue to look for the calling. Okay, I think making a decision to Doha actually is quite a big challenge to me, because the reason is that I feel a lot of objections, especially from my families and friends, and seriously there's no one support me at all when I choose to go to Doha, and everyone just question me why you have to just leave your family like without nowhere, or like you yourself a woman going there to do what? It's not a country that actually good for women, I would say, because it's quite a lot of restrictions for women. But somehow I believe that God will definitely bring me through an abundant life in Doha. I really wish that God can give me a lot of discernment on what He really want me to do there, because even now I'm still a little bit lost, I would say, because of the stress and works and all these things. But somehow I truly believe that good things will come soon.
It's truly a wonderful journey, I believe, that God has put you into. One night I was dreaming. I have a couple of dreams that it never comes through to my life, because I believe God calls me in Malaysia, right? I cannot leave Malaysia. I'm anak Malaysia. So what God gave me is very interesting. God actually say that, Stewart, all this while you want to go to Middle East as a mission field. I'm not sending you, but I'm sending someone close to you, your disciple, one of the person you bring to know Christ, to go there. God listened to my prayer, and it is indeed a very amazing dream that I have, that I said, wow, it's thank God that in the end things happen that we don't know, but eventually it happens, because God's understanding is always higher than me and you together. So I think it's very, very encouraging to see a woman, single or not, okay, not a single woman, a gentle woman, okay, a gentle, beautiful woman in a place in the desert, middle of nowhere, shining for God's glory. Amen. Next one I want to ask Yam. It's been a very interesting journey towards June, July, August, that period, because I remember after I changed job, I was in KL every day. I've been visiting Yam near his bed, and I see his progress. Right, when he fall sick, how he went for ICU, how he cannot move, he cannot talk. Then in the end, he slowly, step by step, I see him recovering very fast. His recovery is miraculous at all, and he did share to me something very, very special. What do you share to the everybody? What you told me that time about once you come to church, you found out that when you sing the song, did something different.
I remember that when I come to church,
for the very first time.
For the very first time, yeah. My leg eventually cramped that time, and my foot. After I sing a song.
But previously you cannot move it's hard to move your leg, right? Last time.
Yes, and also cramp. Cramp is the most difficult part.
Yeah.
Yeah. After I sing a song, after I feel like being cheered by God, feel very blessing. I can I can now, I mean, after 6 months, I'm completely, I would say, almost completely healed. I can walk as normal, I can think as normal, I can work as normal. No difference than what I was be last time.
Doctors say this is one of the fastest recovery he had ever seen. Right? All glory goes to God. I still remember the first time I bring him to church. I was afraid because we are singing praise and worship song. You know, sometimes the praise and worship leaders, they sing a lot of songs and it's been standing for quite some time. I said, hey, are you okay, brother? Do you want to take a seat? Because it's like half already. It cannot make sense at all. So, but eventually he told me, hey, Stewart, I felt a very strong electricity flowing through my hand and through my leg. And then that's how he got a very comfort in his leg. The cramp is gone, and we start to praise God because of this. It's immediate sign that saying that, Yam, my son, Jesus is here. He loves you. He will continue to provide for you. He will heal you in this time. Thank you. So Jane, just a quick question. Since you're in Doha, and I know God has a very high purpose in sending you to Doha in the Middle East, and you have a lot of challenges to go through, such a huge challenges and obstacles in your life. I just want to ask you, what is your motivation? What's your motivations that you still continue to be there even at these difficult times? We understand that, we all of us understood, right, what happened in the Middle East with the ISIS crisis happening, a lot of things happening there. And of course, your parents, your friends, your families, your brothers and sisters, they are worried about you personally. So why do you want to still stay there? Why don't come back to Malaysia? Come back to Singapore 3.0. She is a PR of Singapore. So why these decisions? Can you just briefly explain to us?
Actually, I would like to share quite a strong testimonial when the first few months when I was staying in Doha, what is happening to me. You know, when you reach to Doha, you were required to go through some medical process in order to get a PR, not PR, a resident permit, where something like our IC in Malaysia. So you have to go through a lot of medical tests in order to certify that you are in a good healthy positions in Qatar, so that you can continue to stay in that country. So I think God put me in the test that, you know, when the first time I went through my first medical checkup, they found some shadow in my lung, and they suspect it's a TB disease. You know what is TB disease? How to explain in
Tuberculosis. Again, tuberculosis.
Tuberculosis. Okay. It is one kind of a disease where usually they will spread through the air and all these things. So it's quite a dangerous virus and the country itself is quite concerned about this thing. So when they suspect, so they send me multiple tests, including like repeated blood tests, PPD skin tests. I mean, it's really a hard time for me because imagine, I mean, when you first touched out to the country, you don't even know everyone there, and it just everything strange to you, where you don't have any support, and you don't know what country is that, and you don't know where is the hospital and medical checkup places and all these things. You have to go through all the process by yourself alone. So throughout the process, I feel that God's really equipped me in such a way that He's trying to build my character to be stronger and to prepare me a foundation for me in order to go for the next challenge where you're coming through the work environment and all these things. Then what I learned throughout the process is that God taught me how to rejoice in all the circumstances, just like what actually described in the Philippine chapters. Rejoice. You have to rejoice always wherever circumstances you go through. You feel that the moment you surrender to God, the moment you start to praise God, even though if you are in a tough time, you will see how God was actually bless you after that. And then, I mean, praise the Lord. I mean, when at the end I was being certified that I'm totally free of this disease, and praise the Lord that I could actually get my permit to stay in this country. I'm really worried because I don't know if, let's say, in case I couldn't get this permit, I'm going to be sent off back to my country, which means my employment will be terminated as well. So
is the doctor handsome?
By the way, female doctor and male doctor is actually a separate
Oh,
thing.
they separate male and female. Oh, okay.
Okay, so I really praise Lord for what He has actually put me through the journey, so that He built my character and prepared me for the next challenge.
Okay, so basically your motivations, the reasons why you continue to stay there is you have a strong feelings that whatever challenges you're going through, whatever valleys you are in, you still want to rejoice God and you believe for a greater purpose in your life,
Yes.
in
Just
your
like,
career, in your life, in the marketplace, in this foreign country of all the long beard men, the Middle East.
Yes, I mean, if you read the book of Rick Warren, talk about the purpose of life, right?
Mm.
They will talk about like life is just a temporary assignment. So the final objective is eternal life. So I think it's good that we invest ourselves for the external life, for the eternal life instead of our current earthly life. So I really believe that there's a calling there in Qatar. So I really want to go through the journey to see what God has actually prepared for me.
Thank you, Yam and Jane, for sharing to us such beautiful stories about your life. I believe it's not an easy challenge to tell everybody your life and basically what's the reason you're doing this is just want to encourage all the people, to encourage all the friends, all the brothers and sisters of about how great is our God. It's indeed a very, very interesting journey to see your life being transformed, to see how you accept Christ, what is the up and down in your life. I'm very encouraged, and I hope all of you will be encouraged as well. So, Yam, do you have any add-ons? Closing. We want to encourage the people. What do you want to encourage the people in this closing?
I hope everybody here will believe miracle. If God can heal me, why not you? Amen.
How about Jane?
In summary, I really want to encourage people that have faith in God, because as Matthew chapter saying that, I mean, if you have little faith, just like I said, you can even throw the mountain to the sea. So another thing is like always rejoice in whatever circumstances you have been going through, or even you are in a tough time right now. Just believe in God that He will bring miracle to your life.
Thank you, Yam. Thank you, Jane, for such a time as this. I believe great things will happen in the marketplace, in the workplace ministries. Both of them have been working a lot of years, and they are earning 5 figures. Okay, I shouldn't say this. They're earning a lot of monies, right? 5 figures. But I believe that everyone has the opportunity to know Christ. They deserve these small little things to know how great is our God, how great and how mighty is the love of Jesus Christ, and it can transform each and every one of your life. And it's especially you as well. Thank you. Have a nice day.